Suck some balls. I think we're live, but I don't know. I don't know. We're here.
You think we're live? Are we?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I can't see myself on my own YouTube. I'm getting thumbs up. I don't know how to do my own things here. I'm a broken, sad, pathetic man.
I see what you put on, Scott.
You like it? Poor Scott. We hardly knew you.
Scotty.
We hardly knew you.
Is he just going to do an RIP for any time anybody's not on the show?
I guess. No, I have setups for 2 hosts and even 4 hosts, but I don't have all that shit made yet. So him bailing, he put me on my back foot for a second. I had to think a little. I had to think on the fly, Matty. You know?
Good shit, good shit.
Good shit. But I'll tell you what, it's a good thing Maj just said that we were talking in that Discord because it could have got real weird.
Could have gotten nasty.
Could have got real dark. And guess what? The chat is working. It's working. It's working.
It's alive.
Yippee. So,
Ooga booga.
Ooga fucking
Nice.
booga. Yeah. I'm putting this over here. I'm pulling up some notes. What's going on? How'd that go? How'd that episode go?
That was a fun time.
I mean, it went fun. It was all right. I guess we'll know if anybody listens to it, if anybody downloads it. But it felt like, I don't know. I felt, what am I trying to say? Will this work if I do this? Can people see that? Oh, that's kind of cool. I mapped out, dude, a bunch of the battles. I'm sure there's more.
Battles.
I mapped out a bunch of the battles. But, that we can talk about today. But, dude, I feel bad because I hate going in on it hurts me to go in on Mando. It makes me sad to go at it because it's something, you know what I love about Mando, man, those first couple seasons is just being able to throw on Mando. It's fine.
That's good to go.
Doesn't matter. Just throw it on and think of the Bill Burr character arc and him killing that guy, and then think of fucking Gideon and all that shit was awesome.
That was good. Yeah. It had that kind of momentum of following this one story, this one purpose. And that just kind of feels like it's not gone, but it's weaker. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm looking at my top. I'm distracted by, I'm sharing a Google Doc on the screen, and I'm looking at my top things to see what people can know about me. Nothing too important. There's an Arkham deck builder, a Best Buy card, a word fence thing.
Barely 18.
PSI. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I was like, I hope that's nothing that can expose me. You got to remember, when you're screen sharing, dude, you got to watch your ass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, be careful.
Bondage anal. What?
What the fuck? He doesn't close his tabs? Or put him in a hidden group at least?
Yeah, what is wrong with you, you animal? Tabs, can you imagine? Being so specific, you got to save them. I've seen it. You see a good scene, though, and you're like, I kind of want to save it.
This one was hitting the spot.
It's like a real long thing. And you try to remember like 2 specific words that can help you find it again when you re-queue up. And then you're like, this ain't it. You're mad. You're a fucking angry dick and you're mad. Yeah.
Punching it.
Fucking bummer, man. But yeah, dude, so we didn't even talk much about it, but that space battle, we kind of sucked. No, I'm just kidding.
In The Mandalorian?
Yeah, we kind of sucked at it. No, I'm kidding. But we did kind of walk past that space battle. We didn't even talk about it. But we can talk about it here. We can correct ourselves. We can make a correction, as it were. No more mistakes, as it were. But I want to talk about space battles, man. Star Wars. It's in the fucking title.
Star and war in the stars.
There's a war in the stars. which would
A war up there.
which would it's a war up there, which would mean that they're doing it in vessels.
Yeah, they have to.
Starship
Space.
battles, man. That's what I'm talking about. Space battles. So, yeah, man, I want to talk a little bit about it. What is it about them that we find so compelling? What are some of our favorites? Let's talk about them, you know? Because sometimes they're small, it's just a couple of ships, or sometimes it's this big mega Battle of Exegol. Fill up your screen, you know?
Yeah, it sure do.
I can't let that go. It reminds me of it reminds me of when they re-released the original trilogy, and it was just a bunch of farting bad CGI animals in the foreground.
And just more ships.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to have a fucking seizure. I can't even watch Star Wars anymore. I got a seizure. I wish I could just get a fucking clean rip of that. You know, none of this, they shoot at the same time malarkey. Andor, wasn't Andor just a crime? It's such a crime. This may be an overstatement, but doesn't it ruin Star Wars in toto? I mean, it almost does. Because if you're telling me,
it takes a lot away from a character.
If you're telling me Han Solo ain't the Han Solo we knew our whole lives, then, I mean, it's just, what was the point of that? I mean, this is a real not hot take. This has been discussed ad nauseum. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But the fuckery, it gets back to Exegol. I put Exegol on the list because people like Exegol. The one with a horsies on the deck.
It had horsies on the wings.
Yibbity doo da day.
It had the most ships, so it's the best one.
That's the moment in the trilogy where they're just like, we are not letting Finn touch a white girl's ass.
We're just not
doing it. No.
The gays can have one kiss, but we're going to be able to edit it out, okay?
That's it. The gays
and
get
Finn
a
doesn't
kiss.
touch nobody.
They got a call from Xi Jinping. They're like, all right, we'll take him out.
Fine. Panda bear.
Fuck. But, dude, I don't want to suck Andor's dick too much, but man, it's going to be hard not to, because I had to put the Luthen Rail battle on here. So here's what I listed, Matt. Battle of Scarif, which is in Rogue One. The Battle of Exegol, Rise of, is it Skywalker? It's Skywalker. I'm certain.
We cannot remember the name.
I'm
of that
certain it's
movie.
Skywalker. Battle of
Rise
Yavin,
of Skywalker.
New Hope. Battle of Endor, Return of the Jedi. Battle of Coruscant, Revenge of the Sith. Battle of Hoth, or Han's Escape, or Han as he's known, if you're not a fucking jerk. Battle of Hoth is more of an Atmo battle. It's not a space battle, technically speaking. But when Han escapes, there's a lot of Han escapes. Yeah, he's just trying to get away in the Falcon instead of just, annihilating everybody. The Battle of Naboo, or over Naboo. Quow, quow, quow. Quow, quow, quow. The fucking hairdryer guns. Luthen Rail TIE Fighter Chase or Episode 11, Daughters of Ferrix. I think that's what it's in.
So good.
Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, Millennium Falcon TIE Fighter Chase. Great, kid. Don't get cocky. The first time we see the beep, 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 and he's in the quad lasers. Pow, pow, pow. Obi-Wan pursues Jango Fett. We talked about this before. Wow. That one. Starkiller Base Battle, which is Force Awakens, because I guess that's what it's called.
It's all right.
Battle of Yavin 3, we call that. And then the Resistance attacks the First Order's Dreadnought. That's the best I could do for Stupid Last Jedi. It's called Fulminatrix.
Ooh, that's interesting. I've got one.
I'm missing one?
It's not a battle, so I would feel like I'll give it an honorable mention later.
Yeah.
But No, this is a solid list. This is a really solid list.
For sure.
One of the things that jumps out at me right away when I think about my favorite or my, the best battles in Star Wars of like vehicle driven, space combat or dogfighting, but like in a vehicle.
Vehicular warfare.
Vehicular warfare. Probably my standout favorite, if I had to pick one, would actually be the Battle of Hoth. I fucking love that.
We just talked about how you're just not going to get that excitement ever again. You're right back at here, right?
Never.
You're back at the, oh my God, it's only snow?
Only snow? Here's the opposite of Tatooine.
What? It's a desert, but it's cold. That's when somebody goes,
God.
technically speaking, the biggest desert is Antarctica.
Pull it out. Pull it out! No, but
if you can find it.
Pull it out.
Yep.
But
in the chat, Ronan says the only battle he enjoys outside the originals is the Battle of Scarif.
Scarif is really fucking cool.
Wow, that's a serious statement.
Battle of Scarif?
Yeah.
It's honestly
saying it's the only one he enjoys. I don't know if I'm that hardcore because Luthen
No,
Rail,
I would.
man.
Yeah, I would not agree with that. There's stuff from other movies that I do think is good and worth mentioning. But the Battle of Scarif is a top tier battle.
It's fucking fantastic.
I agree with that.
Just seeing AT-ATs in shallows with palm trees while the battle goes on up above the atmosphere is just fucking cool. And then of course Vader. I mean, there's so much going for it.
Yeah,
it's one of the best battles, space battles for sure, or just like you said, vehicular driven battles.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I feel like makes like the Battle of Hoth, for example, a standout for me, and probably my favorite if I was forced to pick, is that it's really a dynamic fight. Like it starts out in the speeder, and then we see them having to strategize about how they're going to take down the walkers, and then slowly fighting over and over and getting the legs tied up, and then he actually has to crash and get out of it, and he's on foot. Like the way that battle like moved and transformed and went from being in the air to on the ground and stuff was just it makes it so memorable. I remember that whole sequence so well.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic
so
for a lot of reasons, as you've mentioned, and I think Scarif probably took some notes from the Battle of Hoth for sure. There's a lot of the same beats. But in Hoth, this idea that you like you said, and it doesn't stop there. You have I think my favorite part about it is it's perfectly situated in the movie The Empire Strikes Back. Here's why. Because in The Empire Strikes Back, the movie is The Empire Strikes Back. And one of my favorite things about it has always been you're outgunned, overwhelmed always. If they find you, your battle plan is to screen your retreat, and that is it. There's no we're gonna win. That's boring.
Yeah,
it's cool to think. I believe it's the general in the Hoth base. When they realize it's an Imperial probe droid, he just goes, "We better start the evacuation." That's it. Like that idea is so cool to me. It reminds you of the odds you're up against. There is no chance. There isn't one person there who goes, but maybe we could. They're like, all right, we know the fucking
dummy.
Get the fuck out. We know the drill. Everyone, we're out of here. And that's they had, fucking Mark Hamill had motorcycle face. They had to have him get clubbed by the Wampa.
Had to include
and
that.
All of that, like when he gets back and his face is all, gonna take some time to evacuate the T-47s. The 21B medical droid there is cool. But I like the idea of that, and there's additional drama layers with Han, and he's gonna leave. He's gonna pay off a bounty hunter, and Leia's upset about that because she wants him to be something he isn't in her eyes, which is this guy who's gonna stay and do the right thing. He's like, I gotta save my fucking bacon, dude. You know how the Outer Rim works? So there is a lot of stuff built into that, and that's I think one of the things I love about it is that reality is just like cool. And then Scarf is the same deal because they're just trying to get the fuck out of there, and I like that. It's not like show up. It's like Exegel's so dumb. I put it on here just so we could, have it balanced against good battles. It's a bunch of Star Destroyers that can't be used, so it's just window dressing, and I don't mind that. I like the idea of a space battle in a ship graveyard. There's something cool about that. That idea is cool. The fact that it's in an ion with lightning, it looks kind of neat. I like the idea of like a bunch of ships that don't work and ion and cool. But the second you put horsies on the deck, you know what I'm saying? And the second you fill the sky with stupid Lando, he's 80. It's like...
It's so bad. It's so bad.
It's just goofy.
Fucking so goofy.
And then and then you have the stuff with Rey and I am your grandfather or some shit. I don't know what does he even say in that scene? It stinks.
Dude, who cares? God, that movie's so bad. So dumb.
God.
Is there a standout battle for you, one that jumps out and that you're like, oh, that's probably my favorite if I had to rewatch one right now?
It's a tough call, man. I'm super partial to the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah,
for the space element alone, because the Battle of Yavin is a pure space combat. It's a pure space battle. There is no ground elements. It's just space, and it's the ticking clock, and it's hard to judge it outside of the context that it's in, which is what we're doing with Scarif and Exegol for that matter. So we have and Hoth. So I have to do it for Yavin, which is just this idea of this great moment of watching the X-Wings trying to. This is it, man. This is their last chance. This is what they got to do. It's the perfect battle to the end of a perfect movie that could have stopped there. You could have ended the show. The whole franchise could have stopped there. I'm glad it didn't, but it could have, and it was perfect. And that battle is just pure. It's pure in so many. And there's layers of the battle. There is the moment of they're avoiding our things. We'll have to destroy them ship to ship. Come with me, Vader. Holy shit, Vader's getting in a ship? Vader's going to get in a ship because that's scary as fuck. Vader gets in a ship. Han comes back. Luke shuts off the targeting computer. Porkins is There's so many memorable moments from it. And just this idea of these guys just throwing anything they can against this to stop the destruction of Yavin. The second that clears the moon and gets a shot on you, it's over. Your whole thing is done. You're just cooked. So in sheer scale, I think as a space battle is as pure as one can be. It really has to be Yavin for me. And Scarif is fantastic. Scarif is great. And I'll tell you, but if you take the ground element away from it, I think it loses a lot of its emotional impact. It's still cool. It's still awesome. Flying at the thing as it's closing is really awesome, man. It looks crazy good. And but yeah, I don't know. I think it's awesome. Since he's saying, as much as Dean bags on Return, I don't bag on Return that much. I'm a Return fan,
on
dude.
It that much, yeah.
I'm a Return of the Jedi fan. I bag on Sith more than that. I really like Return, and I really like the space battle in Return as well. I think it's fucking cool. That Lando is one of the guys that I think Wedge gets the last shot on the second Death Star. That's really cool. The throne room. If you want to talk all-encompassing battles, there's probably no. So space battle purity, Yavin. Probably all-encompassing battles, probably Endor. But it's hard because the Ewok shit's so silly. But the throne room is legendary.
So good.
But I don't know if the throne room is enough to say the Battle of Yavin 2 is the best battle. I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if it covers up all the whole. I mean, it's fantastic. it's probably one of the best moments in all of Star Wars is the throwdown between Luke and his dad, and that super dramatic moment where he just unleashes his fury on his dad. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
but
no, that's my favorite scene in Star Wars.
It's
honestly.
amazing. the music is phenomenal. But yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I like pure space battle. It might be Yavin, dude. But I could watch Scarif any day because it's so visually beyond New Hope. But I mean, it's also 50 years later, so it's like.
And it honestly did some new shit too, like showing the Hammerhead ship fucking smashing into that Star Destroyer and pushing it out of the way and shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Just stuff that I was surprised by and didn't expect to see in a space battle. And I was like, damn, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, how creative.
For sure. Brian says he thinks Empire is better objectively, which means he doesn't know what the word objectively means. But Empire is pretty fucking awesome. Do you mean space battle or all battle? Because the space battle is very brief in Hoth.
Yeah, it's true. It's not that long.
Unless they're just arguing about what movie's better. But
you know what I think? What I think is one of the better looking space battles, but it's not. I wouldn't argue it as it being one of the best, but I think it's cool to look at.
What's that?
Is Revenge of the Sith. I've always liked the opening of that movie, the battle over Coruscant, seeing the multi-layered, the
Grievous's ship.
Star Destroyers are above and below each other in the atmosphere, and everybody's fighting. It just looked fucking cool.
Yeah, and that opens with that boom, 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 boom. Those cool drums, right? Doesn't it open with? I seem to remember a really awesome drum track when that episode opens. But
I think you're right. Actually.
It is cool. I like the idea of attacking that Grievous ship is really awesome, and then getting onto the ship. I like that. I like that. So what that battle has going for it that's kind of unique is that there's a boarding operation. That's awesome. I mean, it's silly.
Oh, true.
But they board the ship. That's fucking cool, right?
Kind of silly, but it is a cool idea.
That remember when we watched BSG and the Cylons board the fucking Galactica in the midst of that battle, and that's awesome. Boarding operations.
Oh yeah,
just they twix my nethers. I love boarding ops. I think that's just fun.
No, I agree. That it again, like anything that changes the like pace and the threat and the stakes of the battle midway through and like makes it a dynamic battle where you're having to think about more than one thing.
Yeah,
it's just interesting. It just makes it more interesting
for sure. And then you can scale them down, like if you want to talk about like the Luthen rail thing is fucking amazing, dude.
Ah, it's so good. That pursuit.
It's the stakes are so high. And that's what I love about it. The stakes are super high. One of the problems with the battle of not Naboo. Well, what's the one we're talking? Not Starkiller Base. What's the name of it? Battle of Coruscant. Yeah. One of the problems with the Battle of Coruscant and Sith is that the stakes aren't. I mean, we know Anakin and Banner. That's one of the problems with the entire trilogy. We know they're. I mean, you always know in a movie in Star Wars, your guys are getting out of it. But
yeah.
But that said, it doesn't. It just feels like they're twirling their way through it, But it is awesome to look at. And by the way, we didn't mention this on the other episode covering Mando, but the Opera House. Did you catch that shit? That's where they were. That lush red carpeting.
Oh yeah. That it was the Opera House from Revenge of the Sith.
I really wanted. Did you ever hear the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, it's cool,
dude. No. And I know you mentioned it earlier too. But that I do feel like we need to give a little more love to the opening battle of episode 3 of Mandalorian, because that fucking pursuit. That when the TIE interceptors show up and start pursuing,
we didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about that at all.
We fucked up,
and it's fucking good.
It's
I
sick.
was like, damn, that opener was fucking solid.
Here's how good it is. It made me want to talk about space battles.
There you go.
Even though it's an Atmo battle, but whatever.
Whatever.
Dog
It's
fight.
awesome.
Like a dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like a dog.
Dog fight.
Like a dog.
Like a dog fight. But, so stupid. But I like the idea of that battle, and that was cool. It was just I like how, again, moments of some kind of interesting drama that feels like it has a touch of maturity to it. That's why I love the Luthen Rail TIE Fighter chase in Andor Episode 11. It's just so awesome. I love the idea of a dude playing possum. He's going to get boarded, right? The imps are like, we're going to board your ship. We don't know who you are. He's like, okay, yeah, just a minute. And dude, when he breaks bad and he just hits, when he hits that dish with his counter, and just
pecks it to pieces.
When
It's
all
so
the
good.
debris in the atmosphere, cool touch, and the twirly. God, it's just fucking cool. It's awesome because here's why the Luthen Rail battle is so good to me, because it goes from 0 to 60 in a second.
Yeah, it just breaks
It
bad.
just
It goes hard.
It feels like combat. There's no combat, and then your ship is disabled and he's leaving, like in a flash, and they try to pursue him, and he just. In the great reflection of them looking out into space and seeing him away, it's just fucking awesome, man.
I'm watching it right now.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's so fucking cool. And I mean, again, another surprising element. We see a ship do something that we've never seen a ship do, which is have lightsabers, which was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
like those beams were fucking so nuts, man.
Dude, Andor's so good.
It is.
It's crazy how often I talk to people and I'll bring up Andor and they've either
Not seen it.
not
It's
watched
so
it at all,
infuriating.
not watched it at all, or they watched 1 or 2 episodes and they're like, nah, I kind of just gave up on it. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
really? Like,
Watch 3.
Watch 3.
It took 3
watch
episodes of The
4.
Wire, for Christ's sakes. You can watch 3.
I know.
You know?
Give it a second. Give it a minute.
Give it a second. Where the fuck is it? Or did they take it out of here? Let me see if I can find it in this thing. Ding. But yeah, it's it's funny because you can have battles can have such a different tones to them, you know? It can be small and scrappy in a chase, and you're wondering, like, how are you going to get out of this? It is this one, yeah. Yeah, dude. But yeah, just this idea of you're out there, and they're like, "Hey, you're in trouble. We're gonna pinch you." And he's just trying to talk to him. He's like, "Yeah, no, everything's fine here. It must have been a bad motivator." And they're like, "Are you sure?" But the second he decides, and also the overwhelming odds, like it's this big ass ship, and you're just in this little ship. And when he lets that shit fly and it just smokes their radar, and he's like, I got to make it. Because then after that, he's making a run, and Skarsgård fucking rules. And then after that, he's like, he knows he has to make, oh, there's that shot. He's like, I know I have to make a run for it. I have to get out of here. It's not, I'm going to stay and destroy you all. I like battles where you are trying to escape with your life. There's something cool about that.
Yeah, where you're just trying to get away because the odds are so stacked against you.
Crazy. Yep. And they're so confident, right? They got this little ship hemmed in. Like, oh, we've got it. You're ours now. Yes.
And I think for an example of, to me, I think the weakest, one of the weakest space battles in Star Wars, probably the Battle of Naboo, since they win on accident because of a big dumb oopsie bomb that they just kind of like, whoops, I just farted victory into our mouths.
It really sucks.
It sucks. Like the stakes of it are so stupid.
It sucks. Yeah, it's not good at all, unfortunately. But I mean, what are you gonna do, man? It's just a dumb kids movie.
Is it better or worse than the Exegol fight?
The Exegol is not even, it's just, I'd rather watch Battle of Naboo than the Battle of Exegol.
I think I would too. Yeah.
which is insane to say.
Insane.
I'm telling you, on April 13th in the year of our Lord, 2023, that I would rather watch baby Jake Lloyd go, it's working. What's this do? Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. What's this do? What's this do? I'd rather watch
destroying
that.
troop carriers. Oops, what's that one?
Him and stupid Jar Jar just fucking trip their way to victory.
Exactly.
But they don't have horses running on a deck in space.
They don't. They really fucking
Is there an
don't.
atmosphere? I don't understand.
Yeah, they were in the low atmosphere, like they hadn't hit space yet. It's fucking
Really?
fucking dumb. Yeah,
It's cold, man. That's cold.
that's how they explain.
Air's real thin. You just see them all get winded. Hypoxia.
Yeah, that one fucking sucks. It stinks.
Yep.
I could bitch about that all day. But damn, as far as other good ones, I'm trying
Is
to think
there
about,
actually
what
space
other...
combat that there's all little moments with spaceships. There's the great TIE fighter strafing run in Andor. There's the great TIE fighter coming in and lambasting that place that they're watching in Rogue One. Remember nighttime rain? They come in and they hit that. I love little things like that too. Just showing the awesome power of a ship in the scale difference when it starts to hammer on troop size stuff. Like when the Naboo fighter blows away the alligator, you're like, yeah, of course, it's a starship.
Fucking starship.
It kills dinosaurs easily. It's a starship. That's what it does. It moides them.
Flies to the stars.
Yep.
I mean, Jake Lloyd can get in one and fucking bop around like it's a goddamn fucking little Tykes
so
car, and
bad.
it fucking wins.
It's
the power of
so
the ship.
bad. God, it stinks. A bunch of them. That's the problem. Most of them stink. like the Battle of Naboo sucks. But Exegol is just categorically dumb. I can't.
It's so bad.
Because by that point in the movie, you start going, I want to leave. At least with the Coruscant battle, the Naboo battle, like go back to the lightsabers, something.
Yeah, we'll get there.
La la
We'll get
be ba ba. Yes. I want to see the twirly guy swing over their head.
Exactly. Give him time to jump. Hey, here you go. Whoa, going low.
Yeah.
Still good.
Still good.
But fucking A. I don't care what anybody fucking says. I think the moment in The Last Jedi where they do blast the ship through light speed through the main fleet of First Order ships or whatever, as a moment, it's cinematic as fuck and cool looking as shit.
Is that
it looks like some
is that a
anime
self-destruct?
shit. Yeah, that's the one where she just like pilots the ship and just flies it through Snoke's ship and like it just like cuts through like 5 or 6 other ships.
I know you love defending this movie. It's like your favorite thing to do. But I hate that battle on its face because of stupid flying late, and I hate the chase. It doesn't make any sense either. But the zipping into somebody to kill yourself, that's pretty cool. I mean, so ramming is cool. I like a good ram.
It looks cool as fuck.
That's why I like that hammerhead ship in Scarif. That's fucking sick. That's why I like the boarding operation in BSG, which doesn't count in this discussion, but it does bear mentioning. They what they call it, the Cylon Marauder. It just smashes through the hull and then they pour out. It's cool.
It's so cool.
Don't you start with a hold-on maneuver. That character's so bad. I'll ban you from chat, Brian. I'll ban you. But no, man, it's Starkiller Base. I don't even remember it. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I like The Force Awakens just fine.
It's fine.
But boy, does that shit fade like that. The starship battle at the end just completely fades out for me. I cannot remember it at all.
Dude, I
remember the lightsaber battle between Rey and Kylo Ren. That's fucking memorable.
In the forest, right? In the snow.
Yeah.
Dude, the last two battles in this, I don't know. I kind of was like, what are that's That's why they're so wordy. I'm like, the Resistance attacks the First Order's Dreadnought, Last Jedi. Okay. That's a battle. And Star Killer base battle? That time in those two movies, I'm like, I don't know. And you know, Obi-Wan pursuing Jango Fett is awesome.
Yeah.
That movie stinks.
That sequence.
But that sequence is good.
Sweet.
There's two sequences I like in that movie because the rest of them I don't like at all. It's when Django assassinates that bitch. You see a dart hit her, and then you hear the and then he jetpacks away. Fucking cool.
That's it.
That's
like
cool.
A true bounty hunter.
Like a true bounty hunter that can do stuff. Right?
Useful and shit.
And then the scene of that right there, you know, the Kaminoan and shit. But Attack of the Clones is a fucking disaster. That Anakin shit with her is just brutal.
Yeah. Attack of the Clones is such a mess.
It's a mess. But that Attack of the Clones where Django's, there is an annoying part in it, which is why it's on the bottom of the list, where he's like, all right, I see if I ain't a lace. And the kid goes, ha, ha, ha. Do you remember that? And he's got like a cough. He sounds like he's got whooping cough, that kid. He needs antibodies. He goes, ha, ha, ha.
No, I
After
don't.
his dad. Dude, it's real. After his dad. Are you going to make me pull it up? I'll fucking pull it up right now.
I kind of want to see it.
Dude, it happens. I need a fucking producer. And it is incredible right here. Play. Oh, wait, Attack of the Clones? Is that the movie I said? Yeah, that's the movie it's in. Oh my God, this movie.
Bringing back memories.
It's not good. When does he do it? Is it at the end of the picture? Got to be in the middle of the picture, right?
You gonna scrub this whole baby just?
I'll find, dude. I am determined to find this shit. Here we go. It's like right over here. I'm telling you. Let's skip ahead.
Skippity skip.
It's after he dumps the seismic charges, right? We'll listen to this. I can't let this play though. I'll get fucking banned. So here we go. I'll cue this up. You ready?
Ready.
This is just a sound element anyway. God, that slave one sounds awesome.
Get him, Dad! Get him!
This kid.
Fire!
Blast, that's why I hate flying.
That sounds sick. A lot of shooting.
We got him!
We'll just have to finish him.
Maybe the kid says it earlier. Yeah, it's when he hits him. It's right here.
Asteroid field.
It's when he hits him.
We'll have a couple of surprises for him.
That's it, dude. Kid needs a
Couple of surprises for him.
that laugh. He sounds sick. Get him to a fucking hospital. He's gonna end up like Scott. The sound.
R.I.P.
Ready?
Seismic charges.
Coolest sound in the movie. That's pretty rad. You guys thought I was fucking around. That's a real noise.
Fucking kid actors, man.
Yeah.
Fucking kids.
Nope. Those ships sound awesome, man. Lucas has always had a real good team for that sound design. Cool sound effects. The best part of the about the Phantom trilogy is all the cool sounds in it. There's a lot of great sounds, great music.
Yeah. The sound design is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Hopefully all
especially
that-
that's what something you got to give the pod racing. Even the pod racing.
Go, go,
sound
go, go,
design's
go, go,
real
go, go.
fucking good.
Yeah, every pod had its own sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I give
cool.
Last Jedi too. The visuals of the battle at the end, the red sand was cool when they and it like would kick up that red.
Yeah.
That was kind of like, I like cool little interesting visuals like that. Like you said, it's that moment where you go, whoa, a snow planet, and you kick your little feet and your shoes come off.
Wee.
Right? Yep. Yeah. That's it. Well, any other starship battles that we want to talk about in the Star Wars universe that happened on screen? Because, expanded universe could go on and on and on.
Forever and ever.
It would never end.
Damn, is there anything you want to give just an honorable mention to, a moment or just a particular ship maneuver or something that was cool?
No, nothing I can think of in addition to what we've already talked about. That tie buzzing the people with the tie in Andor is so cool.
Yeah.
It's super.
Intimidating
It has such a Stuka dive bomber moment. And it's just a gut check for him. It doesn't even attack him. It just buzz in the tower, so to speak, is really cool.
Yeah, no, that's good shit.
I mean, there's all kinds of like maneuvers. Yeah, like Han recognizing he's in the goddamn worm is cool. He's like, wait a minute. Just moments like that. Bombing.
The asteroid chase when they're chasing
Yeah,
through the asteroids is fucking incredible. I loved that.
It's awesome.
Always loved that.
It's cool. Like that's part of why I put the Battle of Hoth on here, because that space part of that engagement is cool, where he's trying to escape with them and he causes the two Star Destroyers to collide. He's fancy flying. It's just cool. You get to see him do cool shit to get away from Star Destroyers of all things, which is just badass, man. Cool.
Good shit.
Yep. The asteroid belt's fucking cool, man. Bum 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 bum.
So good. We'll have to do a fucking Star Wars music episode.
Oh my god. YouTube is going to love that one. Kessel Run, Maj is bringing up for Solo. Yeah, I couldn't think of any from Solo, but I guess the Kessel Run, that's like a maneuver escape moment in that movie. That's pretty cool. Avoiding the asteroids, keep that. By the way, it's not a space battle, but the train attack in Solo was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Dude, train heists are just cool.
Solo, the more I look back on it, the more I'm like, man, Solo kind of got a fucking harsh deal.
I
was
dig
like,
it.
it's actually
Dude,
pretty damn decent.
I said recently that I rewatched all of them like a year ago, and it's high on my list. Not crazy high. Don't get crazy, but
don't get crazy. But
yeah.
But
if they would just make him not talk Wookiee, that's like a whole letter grade right there. It's a whole letter grade. Yeah,
he just
does
understands him. Okay,
cool double cross. He kills the guy in the end. I mean, that's cool. That's I'm just so thirsty for just a touch of fringe in my Star Wars. That when I get it, I'm like, I just slop it up.
So yummy.
And Solo gave me just enough crime boss fringe to get me happy.
Yeah.
You know?
It's got that, just enough of that underworld vibe.
I don't think there was a lightsaber in that movie.
No. Not a one.
They couldn't keep...
Lightsaber, like, knives things.
Yeah.
I don't think there was.
I'll tell you what, though. Dude, Mando, everything ever is just, there's a countdown to lightsaber. Remember I said if I see a hilt, if I see so much as a hilt, I'm fucking going to have an uprising.
Oh, I mean, it's too late for Mandalorian.
It's too late for Mandalorian. You're hoping Andor.
Lightsabers be out there. Andor, I would be pissed if there's a lightsaber on Andor.
Yes.
Unless it is somehow... No, not even no. No fucking lightsabers. No fucking lightsabers on Andor. I don't want any.
I know.
That shit is just for Jedis.
They brought the dark saber in, and I was like, okay. Like, this is the guy who says, "Hey, man, I stopped doing heroin." I'm like, well, what you been up to? He's like, I've been in the casino every day. When you put a darksaber in, you're just saying, we need a lightsaber. So can we just have a lightsaber? I'm like, no. How about a darksaber? Fucking fine.
Fine.
Have a goddamn laser sword in your stupid Star Wars. I get it. It's a great weapon. But
stop asking.
now Jar Jar Jedi's thrown that whole thing off. Now we got lightsabers akimbo. We're dual wielding like Dritz Duorden. Now we're fucked. Now there's going to be lightsabers every week.
Lightsabers all the time.
The Fringe asked Trelawnus. Just a catch-all term for the smugglers of the Star Wars universe. I like that aspect. Criminals, smugglers, scoundrels. You'd like
the outsiders.
the outsiders. Not the rebels or the Empire, but the others. Yeah, when Luke arrived, 100% Bri. When Luke arrived, when computer Luke arrived, that was it. Fucking Android Luke. When computer Luke showed up and just started to lightsaber people's faces off.
Nintendo 64 Luke, man.
Yeah, N64 Luke showed up and Deus Ex Machina their ass out of fucking... Well, what are you going to do? And then the kid's like, I don't want to train. I missed the fucking no-face man.
I miss my no-face dad, man.
Go to no-face dad, man, and call it a day.
I guess that's enough of a reason. Shit.
Mm-hmm. Trilana says, one lightsaber on Andor. Cassian picks it up, turns around, and remarks how inefficient it is, throws it away. No.
Not even
to diss it, bro.
No.
Not even to diss it.
Like
Except
it.
he would
And
be he would be right, since clone troopers killed Jedi Knights with laser guns.
Yeah. But no, it should be at the time in the timeline of Andor, lightsabers should also be something that are at this point completely exceedingly rare. Like they should not be a common thing.
I need to chastise the chat. No, Ronan, no. Andor drops the reverse Obi-Wan so uncivilized with sabers. Stop. No more little nuggets. Let it be its own fucking thing. I love you, Ronan. I'm just teasing you. Stop with the fucking... Yeah, R.I.P. Lance Reddick. Yeah, it's a fucking bummer.
Oh, yeah.
Well...
Boomer.
I think that's a wrap for the bonus ep, bro. Bro home.
Broski.
We're out of here. It's been a blast. I've had a good time with you this fine evening.
Hell yeah. It's been good.
It's been good. And I will get all the shit edited, the video and all that horse shit. Proper video, because this won't sound... The sound quality on YouTube is not going to be as good as when we do it and re-upload it, so...
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys gave me nothing on are you pursing too many pencils. That was fucking good, man.
It's fucking good. Fuck.
All right. Well, this has been a blast. Thrawn in the upcoming shows better give us... Oh, for Christ's sakes. They're doing Thrawn, huh? I have concerns.
First live action Thrawn, baby.
I have concerns.
We'll see. We'll see.
You know who could have played Thrawn back in the day? Back in the 90s, I have the perfect person.
Who?
Jason Isaac.
Ooh, I could see that.
You put blue makeup on that fuck and he could be Thrawn. When he's younger, that fucking, like, he's evil. Like, when he really overplays Tavington in The Patriot, but that kind of evil bad guy. But he's got a bit of a this in him. Yes, he's really got a Thrawn. It's really about a speed. Observe, Pelion. Observe what we're going to do by studying the art of this people. We can tell they're going to do this. I mean, is he going to be that cool in the show? As cool as Timothy Zahn made him? And I don't mean the remake trilogy. I mean the original trilogy of Heir to the Empire. We'll see.
Damn, I think if you had to cast it right now, I don't know who's cast. He's already filmed the shit, I'm sure. But
The voice
Michael
actor
fucking-
apparently from something.
Oh,
Rebels.
it is. Oh,
The guy who played him
Oh.
in Rebels, his voice.
interesting. So he also looks like him, I guess. All right. Here's fucking hoping.
Ah,
Here's
here's the-
fucking hoping,
I
dude.
know what you mean. That's fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
see.
see. I'm curious about the Ahsoka show. Trailer looked decent.
Mildly curious.
Mildly.
But
let's not get too excited now.
my hope,
Mildly.
I'm just so battered. You know, I keep going back to him. Next thing you know, I got a knuckle sandwich. I'm right back in the shelter. You know, my hope is that Mando steadies the course. That's my biggest concern at this point. Is that
It could end strong. It could still end strong.
could? I mean, you got 4 eps to go, but with Lizzo
eps.
and Jack Black coming, I'm a little dubious.
If it's going to become the cameo hour.
Boy, oh boy.
It's like the divide between when Simpsons, when it had celebrities on, it made them into characters and they were their own character.
Right.
Versus Simpsons later, where celebrities just came on as themselves. And it's like, okay, so we're just doing this now.
Right. Oh, good news out of chat. He's the brother of the actor who played Jyn Erso's dad in Rogue One. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect casting.
Oh,
I don't know who that is. I'm being sarcastic. I don't know what the fuck.
Jyn Erso's dad.
I
You
think-
mean Mad Mikkelsen's brother? Brother of the actor who
Wait.
played Jyn Erso's dad in Rogue One. So it's
Really?
Mad Mikkelsen's brother. That's what they're saying.
Wait, what? You don't mean Krennic, do you?
Now I need to.
That guy could have played Thrawn. Ben Mendelsohn
That's-
could be Thrawn. Lars,
I could see him doing that.
yeah, put blue face paint on that dude. He could easily do it. He's a great actor, that guy.
Lars Mikkelsen. There is a brother. This guy's not Thrawn. This guy's not Thrawn. You're not doing this.
You're looking at him?
I'm looking at him. They're not doing this.
All right, let's pull
Is
him
it
up.
really?
Let's pull him up before we go. Let's look up Lars Mikkelsen.
Lars Mikkelsen. Oh, he is. All right.
This is Thrawn?
This is Thrawn. Lars Mikkelsen.
All right. Mama.
He's a little calmer than Mads.
God damn. Oh. It's not Mars Mikkelsen. What's his name? Mads? Happy would have been better. He's a little happier than Mads, you dummy. You hit that bowl too hard on the brake. All right.
Toot, toot.
I could see this guy playing Thrawn, look-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The picture I saw of him at first, I was like, no way. But I'm looking at some other pictures. And I'm like, I can
Yeah.
kind of see it.
Apparently he played a Nazi. Yeah.
A true Nazi.
He's one of them Nazi boys. All right. Well, this has been a real hoot, Anderson.
Going down rabbit holes.
Down endless rabbit holes. But we're gonna get out of here. This has been fun. Thank you guys who joined us for the members only portion of this taping. We love you dearly. We thank you for the continued support, and we're gonna get out of here. All right.
That's it.
That's it. We're done. Thank you guys very much, and we'll give you a little bit of this to go out on, Matthew. We'll certainly catch you next time
Yes, sir.
for some 2 more episodes of Mando, and then that's it. We're done. Pretty crazy.
Damn.
Yep. I think this music's gonna abruptly stop when I change screens for these poor fucks. So we'll go like this. Bow, bow, bow. Peace. Okay, stop screaming.